What's up, y'all? What's good? What's the deal?
What's happening?
Yeah, man. Welcome to the podcast where we talk about kingdom,
Business
hood,
talk.
and that's what we gonna be talking about all day, every day, because that's all we about. About that kingdom business,
That business,
that hood business.
and that talk business.
Always about that talk. Not too much about that talk business.
But you gotta talk though.
Yeah, you gotta talk. We'll be probably more about that walk business.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But man, thank y'all for tuning in with us. You know what I mean? Welcome. So we're gonna jump right into it. Projects. Projects.
Right.
We've been working on some projects, y'all.
Yeah, we've been grinding. We ain't came up for air in a long time.
Still moving.
And so this is the new lifestyle. This is the new normal. Ain't nothing changing on working on projects.
Project.
Finish one project,
On to another.
on to the next one.
Yeah, man. Before we get started, man, y'all check us out. Check out Fits out right quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told you we about that kingdom. See the crown of thorns, you know what I'm saying?
That's that private stock.
There it is right there. You know what I'm saying? That's just a little sample of, you know what I'm saying, in the future, the merch that we'll be, selling.
Yeah,
You know, we'll be businessmen like that.
already.
So to these projects. Project number one we want to talk about. The legendary, that's right, the legendary private stock, barbecue seasoning, rubs, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the main projects here. Now, Brother Barlow,
What's happening?
so let's talk about this private stock. How did private stock begin?
You want to know how it
I
began
want to know how it began.
or how it originated?
I want to know how it originated.
Okay, I'm going to tell you how it originated.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about, how I started the company. I'm going to talk about what the company is built on.
All right.
And see, so let me see how I'm going to say this. I was a dealer. I was a dealer.
Okay. Pharmaceutical pharmacist.
Yes, I was one of them kind, right?
Right.
And so I had this philosophy, and it worked well too.
Okay.
And it still will work.
All right.
But I moved on from that kind of business.
All right.
And what I would do is, before I ran out of my pharmaceutical product,
Okay.
right?
Right. Before you got out of stock
Before I ran out of stock,
of your pharmaceutical. Okay, gotcha.
before I ran out of my stock, way before I ran out of my stock,
Okay. All right.
I would shop around and look for new stock,
Yeah.
right?
You look for a new vendor.
I get new vendors, new business connections,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
And in doing that, I was able to, by shopping early,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
By shopping early, I had more flexibility to, I wasn't desperate. I can decline a product or I can get a product. But what that did was allow me the time to get my hands on the best that was available.
Right.
And so when I got my hands on the best product that was available, I set it aside.
You set it aside.
I saved it.
You saved it.
And then I would put out the product that wasn't the best. I would put out my worst quality product.
Okay.
And I would save the best. And during that time, there comes a drought in the streets on product.
Okay.
So when the streets run out of product, then I go to my stash and I began to flood the streets with private stock. So while these other guys had nothing
Yeah.
to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Not only did I have something,
Okay.
but I had private stock. I was flooding the streets with that good work.
Mm.
And so, you know, I gave the streets something good to smoke. But now,
Okay. Now.
I'm doing the same thing.
Okay.
Now, I'm saved now, right?
Right.
But I'm still the same hustler. I'm still the same man,
Mm-hmm.
the same kind of businessman. I'm still giving the street something to smoke.
Give us some examples of this street smoke you got. What
And
you got?
so this
Okay.
right here,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
it resembles kind of something that you can smoke in the streets
Let me see
too.
this. Let me see this. Hold on, man.
That ain't no pound of weed.
That there got a little weight to it.
Yeah, that's like 2 pounds. But 2 pounds of organic barbecue pecan smoking chips, raw. I cut these up myself.
You broke them down yourself
I broke them down and bagged it up,
and bagged it
and
up.
I'm giving it back
Wait a
to the
minute.
street.
You bagged this up?
I've just bagged that up.
You bagged it up.
I dimed it up.
You dimed it up.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't see
And-
no seeds. Okay.
It got the shake. Look, it still got a little shake at the bottom.
Alright.
But we still smoking, but we just smoked in a more sanctified way. This is the new private stock. This ain't the old private stock.
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of private stock that Jesus
Okay.
was signed off on.
Okay, he'll
I
sign
can
off.
stay on his good side with this smoke right here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I put something like this on there too. Right? Y'all see
Let me see that
that?
there.
Let them look at that.
Check that out. Man, okay, we got the pork chop, steak rub.
So let me ask you a question.
Come on with it.
And I got a bone to pick with you.
Come on.
You came over here the other night.
Ooh.
No, don't talk right now.
Ooh.
This man came over here the other night, and I had some steaks.
Good steak.
And I told him he can have a steak.
Yeah.
I used this
Yeah.
private stock, elite flavor pork chop / steak rub, personal stash quality barbecue rub.
Yeah.
I put this on them steaks. I tell this man he can have a steak.
A steak.
I turn my back. This brother,
Ooh.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Think I might need a drink of water.
Take it.
This brother done got another steak. You don't get 2 steaks.
Look.
Don't ever come over here and get 2 steaks.
See, it's kind of like this. You ever be eating something that's so good and you never have enough?
Like a Twix.
Like a Twix.
You try to eat the one,
And then
It ain't happening.
you gotta eat the other.
it ain't happening.
So, look, in my case, see, I kind of grew up like that. You know, I grew up with our brothers. So, when mama cooked, you better go up in there and get you some, and it probably more than likely won't be nothing left.
Fact.
So, I saw my opportunity, and yes, sir, I took it. Yes, sucker, I took 2 steaks.
You lucky they know I'm a preacher. I turn my back and look back for the steaks, man.
I'm just over there.
He over there eating fast too. And
See.
so, but I did tell him, I say, if you hear somebody out there talking about private stock seasoning is nasty,
Oh, yeah, they lying.
you know they lying.
They
though.
lying. That's
Because
a
you
fact.
sitting there pigging out.
That's a fact.
They lying. If they say it ain't good,
Yeah.
they lying.
I'm 2 steaks in,
Yeah.
telling the truth that they lying.
They lying.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, but what else we got? You know what I'm saying?
So, alright, that's a good deal. You know what I'm saying? You know, go from selling private stock this way and selling private stock the kind that Jesus would sign off on. That's what I'm talking
You know what I'm
about.
saying?
Yeah.
He'll allow you to be who you are.
Mm-hmm.
He not trying to change your personality.
Okay.
He trying to change your character.
Alright.
It's a difference between personality
Mm-hmm.
and character. Character is having things like integrity,
Alright.
discipline, wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
good behavior, and things like that.
Right.
But your personality, we can come up here and clown and be ourselves.
Yeah.
So we can keep our personality. He just want to add a little character to it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when he added some character, that's when I switched the type of private stock that I would distribute to the streets.
So you're saying it's safe to say that the private...
Speak up when you talk.
Hold on, player. Hold on, player.
Yeah.
Don't cut me off or I have to... All right, anyway. We back on? All right. So you telling me that your character is now changed from the private stock you used to sell.
My character has caused the evolution
Okay, that's a good
of
word.
private stock. I thought you was going to try to check me or something. I was going to say, wait a minute. My character ain't changed that much. What do you think?
You come on with the checking. You come on with the checking.
Try my character.
Yeah, you come on with the checking. I got some Nikes for you, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good news. Yeah, I hope y'all caught that. So yeah, so private stock, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have the link in the description to where you can go order your own personal.
I got
private
that
stock.
right here.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that later? Talk about that right now?
Oh yeah, okay. Got business cards, we got everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can order private stock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on with it.
At www.
No, he did.
Yeah. I'm still old school. Private stock. 503.com.
Hold on, before we start talking about this private stock, I think it's important that we mention, what number did you say on that private stock? What number?
I said www.
Oh, not the W. Man, not the...
Private stock 503.com.
Wait a minute.
Let
me say.
Wait. Or you can email at private stock 503
Okay.
at gmail.com.
Now, I think before we move on, there is a very significant fact that I know you wanted to stress about them last 3 digits on that barcode.
Are you talking about these right here?
Yeah.
The one that say 503?
503.
503?
503.
Right.
Yeah. Now, let me say this. So I got a lot of friends here and abroad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to be in the service. Checking me out.
Right.
They might want to know, well, what is the 503?
Right. Well, I think I'm qualified to tell you.
Maybe you might be. Tell us about the 503, sir.
Well, the 503 is a top-notch neighborhood off that homestead called Northwood Manor, aka the 503.
I'm gonna let him do his thing about the top notch, because we off the stead and we show love on the stead.
We show love on the stead. Everybody on the stead got love.
Yeah, we show love on the stead.
Everybody on the stead show each other love.
Yeah. So I'm go and finish about the 503.
Yeah, so you know, one thing about the 503, if you from the 503 and you born and raised there, you a businessman, you prone to violence, and you about making money. You can take that to the bank. That's 503 gold right there. Think about it. The people that you know, they businessmen. Everybody getting money. Everybody on the hustle. Everybody is about business.
Yeah.
And you get left behind if you ain't doing nothing. They businessmen.
Yeah.
They prone to violence.
Yeah.
What else I said?
I don't know.
And that other part too.
Yeah, that part.
But they definitely businessmen, prone to violence, and they about that money.
Speaking of that, let me give a shout out to some partners of mine from the 503. Of course, I gotta give a shout out to my boy Ready Red. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
Yeah,
already.
I
You got to give a shout out to Ready
I got
Red.
to give a shout out to my boy Ready Red.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's how I got started doing my music when I was with Ready Entertainment
Yes, sir.
in there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Big Ken,
All
my
right.
boy.
We can go on
We
and
could go. I ain't gonna do that just for me, cause you know I'm from the Timbers,
on. Yeah.
but I had to give a quick shout out to my two boys there. You know what I'm saying? It's a few more, but Ready Red, my
Yeah.
boy Big Ken.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's cool, man. That that you would go that far enough to think about where you're from.
See, what I try to do, since I'm saved now,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I'm
Yeah.
still the same person.
Right.
I rep my hood,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't rep it, like I used to.
Right.
I rep it in a more positive way now. When I do something good,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to chunk up the 503 and let people know that, hey, we do big things out here.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? We about business and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want people to know, if I do anything that's good, I'm going to say, hey, I learned how to do things like this in the 503.
Right.
They put that work ethic and that toughness in me. That grind me, I'm not going to quit till I get this done mentality.
Right. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what's up. So, private stock, go ahead, go order it. It's in stock.
Well, let me do this. Let me give a shout out
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that.
to all the hoods
All right.
on the northeast side
On the northeast.
of H-Town.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Northeast.
we got love for that northeast.
Yeah, we definitely
We
got love.
love for the northeast.
We definitely got love for the northeast.
Where you what? Trinity Garden,
Oh, don't get us started. Don't
Greens Point,
Yeah.
Fifth Ward,
Cashmere Gold.
Cashmere Gardens, Scenic Wood, Fontaine,
Oh man, Houston Garden.
Pine
Rosewood.
Village, Haverstock,
Yep. Shaded Timbers.
all that.
All the way down there.
Scenic Wood Plaza,
Scenic Wood
Hirsch
Plaza.
Road,
Uh-huh.
all of that.
Fontaine.
Fontaine Falls,
Yeah. Fontaine folks. Shout out to Smoke Dog.
Mesa Road. Don't forget about Mesa, man.
Mesa Road.
Please don't forget about
Yeah,
Mesa.
can't do that. City Gas in here.
City Gas up in the
City
building.
Gas. City
Please
Gas.
don't forget about City
I ain't
Gas.
gonna do that. I dare not.
That's disrespect.
It is. Lakewood.
Yeah, so we got
Red
love.
Forest. All that.
Yeah, shout out to that northeast side.
Yeah.
All them boys that went to school in North Forest. Let me just say it that way.
There it is.
Bam.
Done
Yeah.
deal. So.
Yeah.
So, projects. That's project number one.
I want to talk about your album.
Number two.
Let's talk about your album.
Let's talk about the album. Already.
That's what I want to talk about. Tell us a little about your album. What's the name of it?
The name of the album is called Street Preacher.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, help us out right there. Why street preachers? What are you talking about here?
So the reason why, well, just to give you a little backstory. We worship at a church in Number, Living Word Ministry. Shout out to Living Word.
Living word.
You know what I'm saying? Nate. Sister Bell. And we do a lot. And when I say a lot,
Yeah.
we do a lot.
We go over.
We do a lot of outreach stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nursing home, prison, knock on doors.
The same way we grind in the streets, we grind in the kingdom.
That's what we
We're
do.
the same grinders. We just grinding different.
Yeah. Man, that's shout out to our Pastor Kevin McDaniel. And we do a lot of street work, and our pastor do a lot of evangelistic work. That word, that good?
It's good enough.
Good enough. All over the world, and it kind of rubs off
Yeah.
on us.
Yeah.
So, And the reason why I named the street preacher is because, you know, we have as church folks, because we both grew up in the church.
Mm-hmm.
As church folks, we have this thing where we like to stay in the church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
In the four walls.
yeah, we always in the four walls. We have a good time in the four walls. We do everything in the four walls, which is good too.
It's nice.
It's real nice. It's real good. But it's a lot that goes on outside of the walls.
Yeah.
So I just was inspired. A portion of it, of the inspiration, come from the type of work that street preachers, evangelists, they do a lot of outreach work. So I kind of touched on that.
Mm-hmm.
And also the second part about that is I'm just gonna I ain't gonna blow his head up, but you know, a lot of it has to do with my partner here, who is definitely a street preacher on many regards. Smart cat, I give him that. And so he's,
To God be the glory.
amen, to where he is definitely an inspiration to doing a lot of street work as well. You know what I'm saying? The way that I've seen him minister to people in the street to where they are more receptive. Because a lot of times people in the street ain't trying to talk to nobody with the suit and tie, with the church hat. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of remind us of us. We kind of rough around the edges like that.
They only talk to their own kind.
Yeah. So that's the inspiration of the street preacher, where I wanted to go outside of the church and talk about stuff like in the streets, stuff that people go through every day, because sometimes you get up in the church and kind of get a little bit too clean.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? A little bit too shiny. You know what I'm saying? Everything's all right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't the truth. So that's the inspiration behind the street preacher.
So what you're saying is, what I'm hearing is, you or we are certified to minister to the streets because we street. Is that what you're saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
And so when we talking to the streets from a Christian standpoint, the streets will listen and react in a positive way. And so we continue to do that kind of work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
And so they know us. They know what we used to do.
Mm-hmm.
They know our foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And so our love for the streets is way up here.
Way up there.
And it's not no judgmental hating. Like, that's us.
Yeah. Yeah.
We looking in the mirror when we look at the streets.
That's it.
And so, yeah.
In a nutshell, that's exactly it. And the songs will reflect what I just mentioned. So you definitely want to take a listen to it. It's rough. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? I got a little small church element in it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So definitely check that out. So also, in conjunction with that project.
In conjunction. That usually means they go together. Or they dropping at the same time.
That's exactly what that means.
What?
We got another project coming out.
Florida Brook taught you well.
You know what? Yeah.
Was that Miss Scott?
No, that wasn't Miss Scott. That wasn't. I ain't taking Miss Scott.
Was that Mr. Jones?
That's definitely Mr. Jones. I ain't taking. See, if you took. All right, let me
do it.
Let me do it. Let me do it.
Oh.
Hey y'all, no Forrest.
Oh.
I'm gonna keep it real.
Man, I love Mr. Jones. You can't do my boy.
I ain't gonna do. I'm not Mr. Jones. I ain't gonna do Mr. Jones. But if you took Miss Scott or Miss Dew, rest in peace to both. It might be believed that you might be one of them nerds or kind of smart. Not everybody, but I'm just saying. I didn't take.
Miss Scott.
Yeah,
She didn't want you hollering at no gals in her class.
Oh,
Because she
man.
said you was a thug. Y'all stay away from that word. I'm not going to talk about that too much.
Who this guy?
Let's talk about this right
Yeah.
here.
All right. So, yeah. So, the other project that we have, while you're jamming, you're listening to the Street Preacher Project, and you want to kick back, and you want to get some knowledge, if you want to get some understanding while you're rolling, you know what I'm saying, or you done jamming hard while you're rolling, we got this project by our own Darrell Barlow called The Pillars of Wisdom. Show them what they look like.
Bam.
The Pillars of Wisdom, baby.
Who done this artwork? I got to give you some on that artwork.
Hey, man.
Man.
To God.
If you need some artwork done, man, this man can get your artwork done.
Holla at your
If
boy.
you're trying to get your album
Holla at your boy.
mixed and mastered,
Holla at your
recorded,
boy.
you need tracks.
Holla at your boy.
Man, no, holler at me.
Now holla at your boy.
And then I'll plug you in to him so I can get my cut. So don't holler at him. Let me get my cut. You know what I'm saying? But look, yeah.
So now, The Pillars of Wisdom, this project, which is an audio book, but also is not only an audio book, for y'all that's kind of, you know what I'm saying, 35 plus, if you still rolling your car that you've been having for about 10, 15 years, you know it still got a CD player, we got CDs for you too.
We got a handful of CDs for people who want to still listen to CDs. We made some for y'all.
Hey, we got.
I mean, it's streaming on all platforms.
Yeah.
But we got a few CDs too.
If you want to catch a CD, hit us up after this here.
Yeah.
It's called Pillars of Wisdom. It's an audio book. Brother, now explain to me what is the pillars, or what are the pillars of wisdom?
That's a good question.
It's a good question. I think it is.
See, a pillar is the part of a construction, like a pole or a beam. In Bible days, they call them pillars. And the pillar is within the foundation, like a pole is within the concrete.
Okay.
And when you have pillars, you can build on top of the pillars.
You can build on top of the pillars.
You can build on top of the pillars.
So
the pillars are rooted.
Okay.
They are grounded in the foundation.
So
but you can build on top of the pillars.
So the pillars are not the foundation.
They're not the foundation. But they are foundational-ish.
Okay. All right. That's good. That's simple.
And so the pillars of wisdom, in the analogy that we just shared, Jesus Christ is the foundation. And the pillars are grounded in Jesus Christ. So that if you live by the pillars, see, what we did was, Proverbs has 915 verses in it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and start preaching.
All right.
Now, of those 915 verses, around 800 of those verses are Proverbs. And what the pillars, the goal of the pillars of wisdom is to take as many of those 800 verses and pack them into these pillars of wisdom.
Okay.
I'm not smart enough to remember 800 verses and apply them to my life masterfully.
Right.
But I can memorize 7 pillars of wisdom, which will contain a lot of those 800 verses. And so it's simplifying this book of Proverbs and making it able for you to apply it. Now, this is similar to street preaching in this sense.
Okay.
Proverbs is a book of wisdom.
Right.
If you from the streets and you don't want nobody preaching to you, and you don't want to hear all of that, you will still open your ear and hear the wisdom that's in Proverbs. Everybody from all walks of life are interested in the wisdom that is in Proverbs.
Yeah.
So when you put out a teaching on Proverbs, you can hit all walks of life. If it was a teaching on the book of Matthew, everybody wouldn't want to hear.
Right.
But you can get some of that same teaching from Matthew wrapped up in the pillars, which is founded in Proverbs. And so, yeah, it's that kind of project, and it's deep. And if I can tell you real briefly how this project began.
Sure.
Remember in 96 and 97 when I was homeless and living on the streets, and your folk took me in, and they told me I could go in there, and I moved in with y'all? What book was I reading?
You was reading the book of Proverbs.
I was reading I was beginning and reading Proverbs then, and I'm just now coming out with a book.
Wait a minute.
About Proverbs.
Hold
Was
on.
your eyes trying to get water?
Wait a minute. Reading it. Hold on. No, Joker. My eyes ain't.
Man, this dude up here crying.
Hey, what I'm crying for?
Man, you weak.
What I'm crying for? Let me rewind back
Man,
to the
you a
film.
mark.
This dude said, did you call me a mark?
I called you a mark on camera.
This boy called me a mark. Now I'm about to talk about back in 97, 96.
Yeah.
He gonna sit here and call me a 96 mark.
Yeah.
Boy, I tell you. But anyway, back to 96. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that you've been reading the book of Proverbs, which I'm just asking the question. I remember as a teenager, you would read Proverbs all the time. I didn't know why. I definitely didn't know why. I just knew you was reading the Bible because that's what we used to do. But you would read that Proverbs all the time.
I needed. I didn't want wisdom. I needed it.
You needed wisdom.
And so at the time, I wasn't getting a full understanding, but I was getting the foundation. I was getting myself acclimated to it. I was setting myself up to be able to understand it in time. You got to put one foot in the game first.
Right.
You got to crawl before you walk.
Right.
I was crawling then, and I just kept crawling. Now, I didn't stick with it, of course.
Yeah.
I deviated, but I kept it in my mind.
Yeah.
I didn't forget what I read, but it was always my go-to book because I needed wisdom. And so I went there for it.
That's interesting. See, now that's a good lesson right there. That sometimes a project may take 20 years.
And it wasn't in no rush to put it out. Could have been put out something on Proverbs,
Yeah.
but it wasn't time.
Yeah.
But now it's time.
I think I might have first heard you mention this like in 2014.
Yeah.
Maybe around that time. But here we are.
Here we are.
And it's dropping Friday, July 9th on all streaming platforms coming up.
And even a CD, old school style, if you want.
And if you want to.
You can get that one. If you want, just call.
Here you go. Just hit us up. We got you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm going to keep it real.
Keep it 100.
I'm going to keep it all the way.
Keep it 100 like C note.
I'm going to keep it 100 like C note off that botany. It's going to ring you 10.
Yeah. What? You know what else costs 10?
What cost 10?
This costs 10 too.
Gonna ring you 10.
Wait, one more thing. You know what else gonna cost 10?
What's gonna cost you 10?
This costs 10 too.
Gonna ring you 10.
Why does it cost 10?
Talk to me. Why it cost 10?
I'm gonna say this before we close out. I'm gonna tell you why it costs 10. Because in that 503,
Come on.
the people who taught me how to hustle. My big cousin, Big Kirby.
Big Kirby.
My brother, Mark. Ready Red and them. They taught me you don't never want to sell nothing for $5. You wasting your time out there in the streets trying to make $5. Don't you sell nothing less than $10. I ain't got time to sell nothing for $5. And so therefore, all my stock is 10 or better. And so when I say 10, I'm being nice.
Yeah.
I'm selling everything for 10. I sell dimes.
Yeah.
I grew up selling dimes. I learned and trained how to sell dimes. I'm still selling dimes.
Selling dimes.
But these dimes are more sanctified.
We ain't dropping dimes.
Well, we ain't dropping dimes. We selling
We
dimes.
selling dimes. They're gonna run your 10. So
It's gonna run your 10.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong. They got 10.
They got 10. You can spend it at McDonald's all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. Oh, shout out to D. What's up, D?
What it do?
You gotta holler at D.
Yeah.
You name everybody.
Flex trails, wax tails.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Before we get up out of here, who else we need to give a holler to right quick? What up, Sheldon? Both of y'all.
Yeah, both Sheldons.
Both Sheldon. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the whole Northeast side. Shout out to Living Word Ministry.
Yeah.
Shout out to Greater Love Church.
Yeah.
Shout out to Forest Lawn Church. And all our churches that we, Sweet Home Church, on this. Dead.
Bread of Life.
Bread. Man, you know what I'm saying?
All of
Shout out to all the hoods on the Northeast.
For sure.
All the churches on the Northeast.
Yeah, Homestead, Shady Temple, what's going
All
on?
that.
So man, we appreciate y'all tuning in again with us. Where we told you we gonna talk about kingdom,
Business
hood.
and talk.
Let's say it one more time. Kingdom,
Business,
hood.
talk.
That's it. And there it is.
We out of here.